We have 3 grandchildren.
They're Michaela, who's 16, Marcel, who's 15, and Miles, who's 9.
And at the moment, 2 foster grandchildren. All of our children are adopted, so the grandchildren are the children of my eldest, Edward Days.
The children brought me much closer to the church because I needed to be in church and be thinking about God daily. Because we'd taken on quite a bit, and I knew that the only way to make this work was to have God in my life. Right. Constantly. We knew that.
Faith has been very important to us in raising the children. I converted after we got the kids because I was raised Baptist. But seeing them embrace faith, we see it in the way that they're raising their kids and that they're expanding their family, adopting other children. And when we're all together, we pray as a family for every meal or whatever. And a lot of times the children lead the prayer or do the prayer.
You get to live a blessing, really. I think when you're parenting, you aren't really thinking about that. You're just trying to get from day to day and make sure everybody's still alive at the end of the day. And when you have the grandchildren, they see it a little different way, and you aren't feeling quite as anxious. It's also a reminder, I think, sometimes that we did a decent job. And because the oldest kid will say, I say, well, you're doing really good with them. And they'll say, well, I had a good model. Mm-hmm. And you don't really respond to it, but it's great to hear,
Yeah.
They text, we text, and I got one from Marcel, who's a 15-year-old. He said, thank you for raising my dad.
Oh, did he?
And that was very, I got a little teary about that. Because I know everyone talks about this a lot. But for him to just, to write that, that's the text he sent me on Father. It meant a lot.
The best advice is to try to enjoy them and spend as much time as you can. Transfer as much knowledge as you can, but also to, just learn from them too. Talk to them like they're people. They like to learn things. They like when we go to the beach as a family and we take like 10 people to a beach house, they like to learn to cook from us. I taught most of my sons some elements of cooking, and some of them liked it more than others. But with the grandchildren, our grandson is particularly interested, and he likes cooking with us. I think it's very important that people remember, particularly in this time where we have been losing people. I'm sure a lot of people have lost their grandparents during the COVID pandemic, particularly. And we're getting older. The whole baby boomer generation. Now we are the old people. But we're the generation that we're not old till we say we're old. So we've reinvented every age we've ever been in. So that's we created teenagerhood. So there's that. But this huge generation now are grandparents and great grandparents in many cases. So it's totally different, I think, probably for our children and grandchildren to have so many people around. But yet, they're probably more aware of some of the problems of old age because they see us or whatever in ways that we never saw our grandparents old, really. If for no other reason than people died at younger ages or whatever. So there's that, and that just learning that you should respect older people and care for them.